Okay. Without wasting much of our time, let's just go straight to the practical section. We'll be talking about the QGIS and how you can actually use it to, to actually analyze or process your geographic data. Okay, so I'm just trying to actually wait for the participants so that we'll not just because it's actually the practical section, so that we'll not just leave some of them behind. I will not. Okay, so we just start immediately. The rest can join us, and possibly, as I said, the video will be provided for you at the end of this webinar, so that you can actually go through it. Okay. Now I'll be sharing my. Now before we go to the software itself, the QGIS, I want us to first of all use the Google Earth, because if you look at my first visualization image I show you on the slide, I actually used the Google Earth. Okay, so now Google Earth is actually a general software, or it's actually a GIS software as well, because it's dealing with location. Okay, so it's actually a GIS software as well, but it's a software that you can access. You don't actually need to install it. Okay, so you can access it from your Chrome, your Google Chrome. Okay, so now I'll share my screen now, and then I'll open my Chrome. Okay. Sorry. All right. So now, what I'll do is that on your tab here, you are seeing, I hope you are seeing my screen. Okay. On your tab here, we have the Google app. Okay. So what you need to do, you just click on it. Sorry. Okay. Click on this, and then you go down. You scroll down where you have your map. We have Google Map here where you can see your map. You understand? You can open your location and see map and all that. But our concern is actually on the Google Earth. So you see Earth here. Okay. So double click on it. And you actually need to connect to the internet because you are using internet. So you have to make sure that your phone or your system is connected to the internet. Okay. So now we have this. Okay, we have this. As you can see, this is the whole world that is spherical. You can see the shape. Okay. So now let's say let's zoom to Nigeria and then possibly Abuja. Okay, so let's just search for a place. So now this is what the method that you are going to use. So it's either you are using a coordinate, to actually locate a place, or you are using a search button. For example, if they tell you, okay, the place is located in so place, you zoom to that place first, okay, before you use your coordinate. For example, I can just zoom to Nigeria. As you can see, this is Nigeria, this is Kafanchan. Kafanchan is in Kaduna State. Okay, so let's go to a place that you actually generally known by at least a lot of people. Let's go to Abuja. So I'll just search for, okay, let me use this last search, National Stadium Abuja, so that we'll just zoom to the place. Okay, so it will just take us to National Stadium. You can see the picture of the National Stadium is already showing here. Okay, so now one of the advantage it is going to be for us here as a construction professional is that you can take the exact measurement. For example, if you are a civil engineer or you are into road construction or preparing PL or a course for constructing a particular road, and then they give you the coordinate of that road, where the road is starting from and then where the road is ending, or they tell you, for example, if you have been given that, okay, the road is starting from this particular place and is ending, or the road is moving from Abuja to Kano. Now, you don't actually need to travel along from all the way from Kaduna to Kano before you can actually get information on that road. For example, now, if you look at this, I have this road now, I have this particular road close to the stadium. Now, I can get the measurement, the size of this road, by using the measuring tools here, measure distance and area. You are seeing the tools here. If you click on this tool, you see that it's showing a meter. You have it in meter. You can use it in centimeter, meter, kilometer, and any measuring unit that you want. You have inches, feet. So let's say we are using meter, and then from here, I take the measurement from the edge. If you can zoom, you can actually zoom to see the end at the edge of the road. You can click from here and then take it straight to this particular place. So now we are having like 21 meters, 29.19 meters for this particular width of the road. Now the same thing, you want to take the length of a particular road, maybe all the way from, you can follow the road. For example, I can click here and then continue. You can click. You see that the measurement is adding. Okay, the measurement of the road is adding. So you can move, you can follow. Let's assume, okay, instead of following straight, now the road bend at this point, I can click and follow the road. And then the measurement keep on adding. Okay, you can zoom, you can click and then continue moving. Okay, so this is how you can actually locate or get a particular distance of a particular road that you want to get information from. Now the same thing for site. Let's assume you will be given a location to build a house. Let's assume, for example, we have an empty land here. Okay, now you have been given this land to build. Now they have sent you the coordinates of this particular, the boundary of this land. You load it to your GIS software, and it actually show that, okay, this is a location. Now what you need to do is you need to actually know the size of the land, the exact size of the land, apart from the one the architect chose. Because as I said, most of our architects or our designer did not actually use the right measurements. Possibly the survey sketch that is being given, they are not, some of them are not even using it. They just actually sketch the shape of the land and then bring it out. So you actually need to confirm it yourself based on the fact that you are the one managing the site. You are the one that is going to do the site layout and everything. So you actually, the same way, I click here and I have the distance that, okay, from here, from the edge, because you see there's the clear demarcation of the plot. So I have from here, this is a fenced place, because you see that there's a truncated curve here. So it shows that there's a fence on this particular place already. So you can just click to this place where this fence stops, and then take the other side, and then take to the end here, and then take to the end here, and then take to the end here. You understand? So you see you have the area of your land. So now you can now possibly plan. So now within this area now, you can now see, okay, where will I locate? Maybe based on your information, possibly you have calculated your contour. You have generated your contour map, you have to get all your topographic data of the land, so you know exact place you are positioning. You are going to position your proposed building. So now if your proposed building is somewhere here, let's assume 22. Okay, let's assume this is our proposed building. Okay, then you are going to have possibly a security post somewhere. If this is your entrance, you have a security post somewhere. Then now the good thing about it is that, if it is AutoCAD, we are possibly doing it without seeing what the repositioning that you are doing. But in this time now, you are doing it on the satellite image, you understand, and the real-time data is being displayed. So if you are from here, from your proposed building to where you are putting your positioning your crane, is let's say 3 meter, then you know that it's a real-time 3 meter. And possibly you can even go advanced by simulating and put the real size of the crane, and then possibly put an object of a crane that, or model a crane. Possibly if you are integrating it with SketchUp, model a particular crane and then you position it so that at the end you can be able to tackle issue of safety on the construction site. Okay, there will be no hazard, there will be no much hazard, or you will actually reduce hazard because there will be no obstructions. And then it also helps us in reducing delays in construction, because possibly you put your gravel here, and at long run, when the construction continue, discover that you need to position your crane here to actually do a particular job. So at that point, you have to relocate this your gravel before you put in a crane or put in any other object that you want to position, which cause delays and also increase the cost of construction. So now, this is how you do it. Now, another advantage of this Google Earth again is that you can see it real time, like you can see the 3D of it. Okay, now I'll just show you how you look at it from the top. Then you can be able to do your layout plan and all that. But before you do your layout plan, you can actually view the 3D. You can see the 3D icon here. You can just click on it, then it will turn to 3D. So you can see it. You can see it like, okay. But now you can further see it again by using these tools here, okay, to see the street view itself. So I'll click and drag to this street now, okay, and then I drop it on this street. So now it will zoom it to the street itself. So you can see it. You can see the real object. You can see this particular building, okay. So now you can actually view. So if we are given a site somewhere here, let's assume this particular place to build, you can see there are crane here for this particular site now. These are crane that is being positioned now. If you look at this now, you see that, okay, we have the crane here, we have some other facility or other machines that is placed somewhere here. And then you look at the topography of this place, you see that this place is even higher than where this building is positioned. Now you can do all this assessment from your office. You can do all this assessment from your house, from your anywhere you are, without necessarily traveling to the site before you do all these things. You understand? So this is one of the advantage that you, as a construction professional, if you are using GIS, you are going to have, because it will make all your work to be easy. You understand? You don't need to stress yourself, travel from Lagos to Abuja, or traveling from Abuja to Kaduna just to look at the site, or just to get the perimeter of a particular site. You understand? It means make more sense if you have got all your information, prepare everything that you're supposed to prepare, and then maybe you want to take over the site and then you come to Kaduna or go to your site. It's actually a good stuff than traveling just to get the site, just to look at the site and go back. You understand? You know, it's time consuming, it's risky, and cost effective also. So now, you know, one of the issues, some will say that you are not going to see everything clearly. Yeah, definitely. But the point is that the one thing about technology is that what make us use technology is acceptance. You need to accept as a stakeholder in a particular construction. Definitely every technology has its own restrictions, there's its own disadvantage and all that. But the fact that technology is trying to reduce stress, is trying to reduce your stress in terms of assessment and all that, is something that you actually need to key into. You understand? And then at long run, as you continue using it, it will now be reducing, you can now be solving some of those issues that you think that is not there. Because apart from this, there are a lot of other technology. There is a particular machines we use here in Kaduna in our office where we use, call it mobile mapping. It's designed by Trimble company, where you can actually mount a camera in your vehicle and then move around. So you can move around the site and capture the real information, like 3D view, everything. Okay, just that the camera is actually expensive, but so now it's ability for you as a stakeholders in the construction industry to actually accept using GIS. Now, if you accept using GIS now, gradually we will begin to solve some of the problems that will encounter at the cost of using this GIS. Okay, tell your client to actually send you the coordinate of the site. You just load it into your Google Earth and it will take you straight to that particular place. Okay, so now I will stop sharing this and then I'll go to the software itself. Okay, as you can see, this is QGIS. You can see QGIS. Okay, this is QGIS software. Now, the first thing that you need to consider in GIS is the coordinate system, because we have a different coordinate reference system. There's something we call WGS and there's something called MENA, or MENA 32, 31. You understand? Depend on different size. Okay. Now, the first thing you need to do is to select your coordinate reference system so that any point that you are loading, it will fall at the right position. Okay. So now, first of all, for you to select that, you go to your project, as you can see. Then you go to project property. Okay. I just wait for it to load. Okay, so now this is your project property, telling you about the project property. Then we go to CRS. The CRS means coordinate reference system. Okay, click on CRS. Okay, now we have, as you can see, under the coordinate reference system, we have WGS 1884. The WGS means World Geodetic System. This is the world coordinate. So if you want to locate a particular property that is not in Nigeria, you understand, you don't need to use MENA UTM 32, because MENA UTM 32 is a projected coordinate system. I told you that the world is being divided to make it flat, okay, instead of that spherical shape. So now it's being reprojected. So after reprojecting, now we can be able to have this reprojected coordinate system, which as a country, Nigeria, now we have this MENA. Okay, MENA UTME zone 32. We still have zone 31, like Lagos is 31, like Kaduna here is 32. So we have different zones in terms of this GIS. So, but if you are using world coordinate WGS 84, that is to say anywhere you are, you can just use a WGS 24. You don't actually need to categorize whether you are in Nigeria or you are anywhere. Okay, so let's assume based on this now, I'll just select WGS. Okay, I'll just select WGS so that if you have the software, you can be following it, or you can follow the video at the end of the webinar to actually do it. So you click on WGS, okay, for now from here, and then you click OK. Okay, so you have set this particular page now, or this particular project to WGS. Okay, now from here now, you want to load your satellite image, because we have our satellite image, we have our OpenStreetView. Okay, now on your browser tab where we have SYTI, if you click on this arrow, we have OpenStreetMap. Okay, so now if you click and drag, okay, if you click and drag, you will now have it. Now, how do you add this thing here? Because we have OpenStreetMap here, and then we have Google Satellite, which I've already loaded here. But how will you add the Google Satellite to this? What you need, if you click on this tile, you right click and then new connection. If you click on this new connection, you can just type Google. Okay, you can just type Google. Okay, and then you now copy it. If you open your streets, your Google image or Google Satellite on your browser, either your Chrome, you can just copy the address and paste it on this URL. You just paste it there and then you click OK. Okay, if you click OK now, it will now add to this place. Then you drag it and drop. If you drag it and drop, you now see it as this. Okay, so you see that we're having our satellite image on this street map. So another thing again, you can, now that is when I talk about on GIS, I talk about the layer is being overlaid, layer by layer. You see that this satellite image is on top of this OpenStreetMap. Now, if I off this satellite image, now I can be seeing this my OpenStreetMap. Okay, and then I can start to off OpenStreetMap, and then on this, I'll have only this. Okay, I can on this, I can still carry this one and put on top of this one, so that this one will be on top of the OpenStreetMap. Now, this is what you are going to do. You can overlay your sites, your construction site, the boundary of your site that you are going to digitize, possibly the one you digitize from the Google Earth or the coordinate that your client sent to you. You can overlay it on the Google Earth, or the satellite image, the Google satellite. You can overlay it on it so that you see it exact position. Now, the advantage of OpenStreetMap is that you see that it comes with name, right? You see names. You can easily see location names better than when you are using satellite image. Satellite image does not come with names like that. Okay, so that's why you need to combine two of them. So if you zoom to, if you have a name, let's assume I zoom to this bidder. Let's assume I zoom to this bidder now. Okay. Okay, this particular location in bidder, I can now off it and then see it on this satellite image. So you can see, you can actually see the locations. Okay, now I'm going to use this as an example. Now this is an empty land, okay, and then you want to build your house here. Now the first thing you need to do is to create. I said in our webinar that the GIS is divided into two, raster and vector, and then vector is divided into 3: point, line, and polygon. Now, if you want to digitize a boundary of your site that you want to construct, definitely you're supposed to use a polygon, because we are talking about an area of a land, right? You are not going to use a line. It's only when you are digitizing a road, you want to bring out the length of the road, you can now be using line. Then you want to point out locations, maybe a particular features. Possibly you want to show that this particular building is a school, or this particular building is a restaurant, to point out the position of restaurants for your staff to go and eat, or the accommodation that you provide. You want to put a point and indicate this is where our accommodations is, where your staff is going to sleep and all that. You actually use point to actually pinpoint those places. But now, for us to create those polygons, for us to digitize this place now, when I mean digitize, it means draw, okay? When I mean digitize, now if I use the word digitize, means I mean draw line on a particular boundary, or drawing a polygon of a particular area. Okay, that's what I mean by digitalization. So I'll go to layer, okay? Then I'll go to create. Now the first thing I do was to set my coordinate reference system right from the project. Then the next one, now I load my satellite image, and then possibly you have the coordinate of your site which you want to do, which definitely your client has to send those coordinates for you, or you can pick it yourself. If you can check our YouTube page, you see how you can pick coordinate system. There's a video on that, how you can pick coordinate using your phone. Okay, so now I go to create layer. Sorry, I have to accept somebody. Okay, so I'll go to layer, create layer, then new shapefile. Now, shapefile is the file format of GIS software. Like for example, in AutoCAD, you have DWG, DSF, right? Now, in GIS, all vectors are in shapefile. Shapefile means the short form is SHP. So if you see any file that the file format is SHP, you know that it's a vector file and it's a GIS file. Okay, so I'll click on new shapefile. Now, if you look at it now, we have under the geometric tab, we have points here. But now we want to digitize the boundary of our land that we want to build. So I'll just click on polygon. Okay, I'll click on polygon, and then I'll click on this 3 dots here to actually take me to the location where I want to save this my layer that I want to create. So I can go to my desktop, okay, and then I'll go to new, right, and then I just type maybe the particular site that you want to, let's say site in Kaduna. Okay, then you just click save. Okay, so if you click save from there now, you can just click OK. So now you see that the layer now is dropped here, site in Kaduna. So I'll just click on that, the same layer that I just created. Then you have this pencil sign here at the top. Okay, they call it toggle edit. If you click on it, okay, if you click on it, and then you go to the next one here, add polygon feature. That is, you click on this one, you click on this, and then you click on add polygon feature. Then you follow the polygon. That is, follow this, the land that you want to digitize, the land that you want to build. You just follow them. You can zoom in so that you can see it very well. Okay, I can just, so that I will avoid this building that is there. So after you finish digitizing, see that I have the polygon. I'll right click and then I'll click OK. So you see that I have the polygon of the place. So now this is the location where you want to build your house. So now this particular polygon you have now, this is where you are going to do your site plan. That is, do your site plan, the site layout, do everything. As you can see from here, you have all the features. You have the road network to the place, where you can see if there are hospitals, if there are hotels where you can sleep around that place. You understand? You sit down in the comfort of your home and actually access all these things. Okay, and then in terms of logistics management, you can actually confirm, okay, there are queries somewhere here, and you have to travel, the vehicle has to travel through this road, or the vehicle has to pass through this road, and then you understand. So all those things, we put that into consideration. For example, you can see here, definitely this is a riverine area. As you can see, this green area, there's definitely a stream here. Okay, this is a waterway, you understand. So definitely from your view now, you see possibly we can access the water here, and then you can go back to your Google Earth and then actually view if in the 3D if there is water in that place as well. Okay, so this is how you digitize, and this is how you can create a polygon of a particular site that you want to build, or you want to start your construction. It's the same thing if you want to digitize a road. You create, instead of creating a polygon now, you are creating a line. So you can digitize your road from, let's say, from Kaduna to Kano, or from Lagos to Ibadan, or anywhere you want to create a road, or you want to access any particular properties in anywhere. You can actually use the same technology or the same method to actually achieve it. So I think that's come to the end of this section. So I don't know if you have any question because of our time. If you have a question, you can drop it on the chat box, or you can you can unmute yourself and ask your question. Okay. So if you don't have a question, then that comes to end of this webinar. As I said, we are going to arrange the video and then send it to you. Okay.
Sorry, sir.
Yeah, Mr. Kenneth.
Sorry, sir. Yes. Sorry, I have a question.
Okay.
I think I was a bit distracted. While you were talking, I was trying to download that app.
Okay, the software.
Yes. So as soon as that's
the
I downloaded it as an app on my Q Fields. Is that it?
No, it's not QField. It's QGIS. QField is a different. What a QField? The QField is also a QGIS platform. But what that one does is that you can be picking information on site. Like you can send your fields. Let's assume you want to pick a data. You can send your people to the field, and then you are in the office. You can be seeing what they are picking immediately. Let's assume you send people to the field to work. You can be seeing monitoring them. That is QField. It's also a quantum field.
Okay.
But the software we are using is quantum GIS. So it's not a kill field.
Okay.
Follow the link. I send you the
Okay.
link. You understand? I send you the link to the software itself, so you can
Okay.
actually do that. But if you cannot do it, you can also chat with me. I can see how we can send you another link if you can. Yes.
Okay, no problem then. I will chat after the class.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, so if there's no any other question, this is where we stop, and then I'll send you details of our next the full GIS training class, which I say we are starting the upper weekend after this election weekend. I'll send you the details of that training. Is a full training. It's not just a webinar. It's a full practical training now. It's not much. We are not going to talk much as far as that, because our training here, even our on-site training here, we actually focus more on practical. So we are going to do full practical. So I'm going to send you the requirements and everything for you to join the training. So thank you very much for your time, and if you have any question, you can possibly contact us. You can send us an email, or you can call us, send us WhatsApp message on our WhatsApp. So thank you very much for joining this webinar.